Hey, Bravoholics. Welcome back to Bravo and Blaze, where pop culture, Bravo TV, and a little cannabis-fueled chaos come together in the most necessary and unnecessary way possible. I'm your host, Jenny Blaze, and today we're lighting it up with all the drama, scandals, and Bravo quote-unquote news that had our timeline in shambles this week. So spark up, settle in, and let's dive into the madness. Just as a quick heads up, I want to remind everyone that everything shared here is based on my personal opinions, commentary, and information that's already out there in the public space. This is entertainment, not investigative journalism. So don't take anything too seriously. Stay cool, stay chill, and as always, don't be all like uncool. Right, Luann? I basically am a witch. Again, I have proof to show you all today, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to make sure that I remind you all to follow us at Bravo and Blaze across Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jenny Blaze. Join our inner circle at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze for bonus episodes, deep dives, and extra chaos. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter at bravoandblaze.com for all updates, announcements, tea spills, and giveaway alerts. Ding, ding, ding. I have another announcement. Big news. If you haven't heard, the Bravo and Blaze signature lighters are officially here. These are part of our exclusive launch edition. Free shipping, limited quantities, and once they're gone, they're gone. And to celebrate, we're kicking off our first giveaway. Whoop, whoop. Stay tuned because I'll be sharing how you can enter to win your own signature lighter and a bonus surprise later in the show. If you want to secure your own Bravo and Blaze signature lighter, just tap the link in the description or head to bravoandblaze.com. If you're catching this later on audio, please don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It's free and is incredibly helpful for independent creators such as myself. If you're watching live on YouTube, jump into the chat. I'll be pulling in your comments and hot takes throughout the show. Whew, okay, let's get started, shall we? Before we get into the full Bravo TV lineup, we're going to kick off some things with a couple of shows that I watched outside of Bravo that I had to talk about. Okay. Whoops, I talked about the lighter already. What to watch? Okay. Oh my God. This show, Got to Get Out, is on Hulu, and it might be my new favorite show. I think I might have liked it better than The Traitors. I don't know. Like, I think Got to Get Out on Hulu may be up there with The Traitors season 2. I'm not sure which one I like more. But the thing about Got to Get Out is that, for one, the prize money, this is a reality competition show, by the way. The prize money is $1 million. Okay, so there's that. And then also there's a mix of reality TV stars and normies. So they put 20 people into this house. Half of them are reality stars, half of them are normies. It's this huge mansion, beautiful, gorgeous house, and they're locked in there for 10 days. And as they're in there, the clock, quote unquote clock, it's not really a clock. It doesn't tell time. It just increments the amount of prize money that is up for winning. And so the goal is to get out of this mansion and run to the gate before it closes. The problem is everybody obviously wants to get this prize money, and they don't want anyone else to get the prize money. So they're all standing by the windows. There's a watchtower that has like a lever where if someone from the watchtower sees someone starting to try to escape, they pull the lever and then an alarm goes off, and that's a signal to everyone else in the house. Hit the button on the first floor to close the gates so that that person doesn't take the prize. And if everyone stays in the house for all 10 days and all 20 of them are still left, then they split the prize and they get like 50,000 each. But the great thing about this is that the mix of normies helps make that prize money more significant in a way where, like, money is all relative, right? What $50,000 is to one person is totally different to another person. And for example, the reality stars that are on this show are Cynthia Bailey, who's from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We have Kim Zolciak, who used to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta as well. We have, not from Bravo, but we have Spencer Pratt, Val from Dancing with the Stars. Rashad is a former NFL star. You have Susan from The Golden Bachelor. I never watched that. There's also Demi from The Bachelor. But for them, the $50,000 to stay all 10 days with these people is kind of maddening. And like, who wouldn't want to get out and get more than 50,000? And the clock, this quote unquote clock, just keeps going up and up. And for normies, right away, the clock starts at like 100,000. So there's already temptation, because if you can get out, one, you don't have to stay there for all 10 days. And two, you get to walk out with more than $50,000. So another part of this game is that every day there's these exit strategies that are given, and it's all random, but usually there's about 4 different exit strategies per day, and it'll say like, go to the lock in the red bathroom at $345,000 or something. And so the person who has this exit strategy, they can keep it to themselves and try to make a run for it when it's their time, or they can start recruiting people and have some kind of strategy, because whoever gets out can decide to take all of the money that they win, or if they decide to share it, they have to split it evenly with the people that they choose. So you have to also trust the person that you are having run to go outside of the gate. Anyways, I already talked about this too much. So I just loved it, though. It's so chaotic. It's the first season, so no one really has anything to go off of. It's not like they can study prior seasons and be like, I know that this could work or whatever. So it's just like chaos. And the best part of this is that every time there's an attempt to escape, there's this adrenaline, even as a viewer, where you're like, oh my God, are they gonna make it? Like, oh my God, you like want to root for them too. You're like, oh my God, go, 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 go. And then at the same time, you're like rooting for the people who are watching the button or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, hit the button. And then the best part is when, if they make an attempt, most people make the attempt and most people don't get out. So they have to, basically every time they fail, they have to turn around and do a walk of shame back into the house. It's so good. I love it. Oh my gosh. I highly recommend. This is like my new favorite show. It stole the spotlight for me this week. Oh, what about everyone who's watching? Max. Max is here. Did you watch Got to Get Out? This show, I think I would be okay with going on this show. I think it would drive me crazy, but because it's a game, I feel like it's okay to be unhinged in this type of environment, because it's all a game. This isn't like real life. So I wouldn't even care. I'll go. I volunteer. Okay, let's move on. Next show on what to watch outside of Bravo. This is actually directly related to Bravo, though. We have Hollywood Demons. Poor Teresa. I mean, I don't know. Some people would say she deserves this, but I don't know. It's just kind of like a little messed up. And I wonder who picked this thumbnail, but Teresa Giudice's face is on a Hollywood Star in red, and it says Hollywood Demons. But this was on Investigation Discovery this week. I believe you can watch it on other streaming channels. I'm not sure, but this is where I watched it. And to my surprise, not only, I want to give a big shout out to Kate Casey, a fellow podcaster, and Emily Hanks from She Speaks. They were both on the show. Isn't that amazing? Talking about our Bravo people. I love that. So the first thing in the very beginning, they're trying to like give a high level for people who don't know what Bravo is or Housewives. They're like, there's this whole economy of Bravo lebs and Housewives. They said there's like 115, or I don't even know what the number was, but they were giving all the stats on how many Bravo celebrities there are. And they showed footage from BravoCon. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? This is weird. But I was very annoyed that Dr. Drew was talking so much, but I guess Dr. Drew was part of this series. So he's commenting on this whole entire show, and I was just getting so annoyed because he's clearly biased. He's clearly trying to push an agenda and paint out the housewives to all be awful. Like he was generalizing a lot, and I already don't like him because he was one of the people who said like COVID wasn't real back during the pandemic, and I'm pretty sure he wound up getting COVID. So I don't know. I just like lost all respect for him after that because he's supposed to be a doctor. This is science. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Now I'm going down a different track. But anyways, Dr. Drew, he just pissed me off overall. He said a lot of these people are dramatic. And in my world, dramatic equates to being unstable. That pissed me off the same way. What's that guy's name on The Traitors season 3? Derek, the detective, when he said, well, we've been trained as police officers and investigators to know that if somebody is using profanity, it usually means they're lying. And that, I say, is bullshit also, because if someone was accusing me of something that I didn't do, I would definitely be swearing. So I just got that vibe from Dr. Drew where I'm like, he is judging I'm talking about us, all of us collectively, our dramatic behavior. And to that, I say this to Dr. Drew. I just gave the finger to the camera for those of you who are listening. I think that being dramatic is entertaining and helps assist with communicating. So eat it, Dr. Drew. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, one thing. So I started Bravo and Blaze in 2021, I think. And when I started Bravo and Blaze, that's when I really started to pay attention more to the details of all these people's stories on Bravo. So I didn't look into Danielle Staub's past when, like, I was there. I watched all of Jersey. I watched the early years. I know about the book Cop Without a Badge and how her name used to be Beverly, but I didn't like go into the details the way that some of our fellow Bravoholics have. So when they said a former informant was going to talk about Danielle Staub for the first time ever on TV, I was like, what? Turns out he's like, yeah, basically he was an informant, and then he like hooked up with Danielle. He said it was the best sex of his life. He wound up marrying her, and then he's the one who wrote Cop Without a. And I was like blown away watching all of this because I never heard the story in that way. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a whole new angle that is very interesting to watch. So I highly recommend. They also talked about Jen Shaw. And so the whole, like, Salt Lake City is a different franchise for me because I started watching in my mind, when Salt Lake City started, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance as a new content creator to really dive in and follow this franchise closely, like other people have with other franchises in the past. And I was excited for that because I'm like, oh, this is like a good place for me to start as a creator and blah, 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 whatever. But like immediately before season 1 even started, I was like, I just Googled them. And I was so scared that I literally, after I Googled Mary Cosby and saw what came up, I shut my laptop immediately. I was like, oh, I don't want to be involved in this like that. Like it's too dark. And even though I've tried to like distance myself, it won't go away. And now I feel like I keep getting dragged into it, but whatever. Anyways, I'm going down a tangent. Back to Hollywood Demons. They talked about Jen Shaw, and I found it interesting because I was on the call when they had Jen Shaw's first hearing with the judge, and like over 100 people had joined. I was one of those 100 people. Like I was following it that closely. So to hear from this investigative journalism type of view was interesting because they pick and choose what information they want to share. And I don't recall hearing anything new about Jen Shaw that they said on this show. But again, I just think it's very interesting. The last thing about Hollywood Demons, this was a 2-hour show, by the way. So it's basically like a movie, but it's a documentary essentially. And the last major part of this episode was about Taylor Armstrong and Russell. Taylor Armstrong was interviewed. She was interviewed by like a reporter or journalist or whatever, but then she also had a scene where she was talking to Dr. Drew. And I remember, like, it took me back. I don't know how many years ago that was. What season are we in now of Beverly Hills? Like, this was before I even had kids. So over 15 years ago, I remember when Beverly Hills started and I was really trying to get into it. But the whole Taylor Armstrong and Russell thing really triggered me hard at that time. And I remember like I could not watch it. I just couldn't. It was too dark for me. I actually remember being kind of disgusted at Bravo. I was like, one of your cast members has just unalived themselves and we're still rolling the cameras. Like, I don't know. In that moment, this is a long time ago. In that moment, in my mind, I was like, this is disgusting to me and I don't even want to look at it. But then like I kind of forgot about it. And that's why during COVID, I started watching again. And I really forgot. I was like, what? I don't know why I didn't watch Beverly Hills from the beginning, but this was why. And to hear Taylor's side of the story from the beginning and how it all went down, like I did not know it was as bad as it actually was. And I was like, that part was really hard to listen to and to watch. So trigger warning there, but I recommend for us Bravoholics who just can't get enough. All right, let's move on. Next up in pop culture news, everyone knows what went down last weekend. Coachella. It's always the biggest hyped event on social media. I feel like Coachella does an amazing job. I don't know if it's Coachella, the actual, like, whoever runs Coachella, or if it's just all these brands that have jumped on the bandwagon, but there are so many influencer type of activations going on that part is actually kind of interesting to look at. But it's funny because every Coachella we see tons and tons of pictures of Bravo Lebs who are all hanging out. Max just said Coachella. Same. You're never going to catch me at a music festival unless I have like backstage passes to go see Blackpink or something. That's the only way. And I need like luxury VIP transportation to and from. Like there's no waiting. I'm not going to camp out or any of that stuff. Max said watching live performers free on YouTube. I know, like I don't know, maybe if I didn't have kids and like maybe that would prompt me to want to go. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. So I saw on Bravo Brie, they curated all of the Bravo Lab picks from Coachella. We had, who was there? Sierra and Jesse. Oh, they were like doing a little bit of PDA. I don't know if that was like just to throw us off or I don't know what they're doing, but it's making me sick and I don't like it. Ariana was there, Sheena, Allie, Brock, Maddie Reese from Southern Hospitality, Joe Bradley, Kyle Cook. He wishes he was on stage. Somehow Joe De La Rosa was thrown in there. I don't know. You can go to Bravo Brie on Instagram to see all the pictures. I didn't copy and paste them here, but one of the funny things that I saw is Jax Taylor being Jax Taylor. He tweeted, "We get it. You're in Coachella. Nobody cares." And he spelled nobody with a KNOWBODY. I mean, I thought this was hilarious because obviously it's so weird to me when people post or comment saying like, nobody cares. It's like, clearly you do because you just commented. So it makes no sense. So he clearly cares. But what's funny is that he wrote nobody wrong. And I don't know why. I've never seen anyone spell it like that except for Jax Taylor. So that was interesting. Let's move on. Also in pop culture news this week, Blue Origin's brief space visit. I saw Rolling Stone. I mean, everyone was posting about this, but it was the first quote unquote. I don't know how to feel about this. This whole thing was weird. But there were 6 women who went into space. One was Jeff Bezos' wife. One was Katy Perry. One was Gayle King. Is that her last name? Oprah's friend. And then I don't know who the rest are, but I didn't even know this was happening. And all of a sudden it's like everywhere on the news. And like I see Gayle like ring a bell and she looked very nervous. And that was like my first image that I'm seeing, even knowing that this is happening. So I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on here? And it scared me because don't forget my fellow Zennials or whatever we are. I was born in 82, by the way. We are traumatized from space travel. And so, like, I remember, I'm pretty sure we were all in school. This is before they had cell phones. We all like stopped what we were doing and watched the television to watch this rocket go up into space, and it like blew up on TV, and all of us children watched this. Like, what? Oh my God, I'm still traumatized from that. I have PTSD. So seeing that, I was like, why are we doing this? What is the purpose? And so I'm thinking they're going into space for like at least a month, right? Like I thought astronauts, quote unquote astronauts, they always go out for like, didn't some woman stay out in space for like a whole year by herself once? I'm like, what are they going to be doing up there? What is happening? And how long have they been training for this? Because they kept calling them astronauts. I'm like, have they been training for this for years? What is going on? And Katy Perry's doing a little tour. She's like, here's my seat. This is where we've been training. And I thought she was going to say like for a year. She goes, for the last day. I'm like, what? Day? God, who would sign up for this? It also reminded me of that submarine that went down to try to find the Titanic. Just, oh, please stop doing stuff like this. I don't think this was fruitful or productive. But I did see this one screenshot where Pop Crave, you know, when you get notifications for Twitter or whatever on your phone, it said, I'll do it in chronological order so you can all get the idea of this. But Pop Crave posted Katy Perry launching into space 10 minutes ago. Pop Crave, another notification. Katy Perry's in space 8 minutes ago. Pop Crave, Katy Perry has returned from space 4 minutes ago. What? Oh my gosh. What was the reason? And then also, obviously, people are reacting to this. And the picture, I didn't know Kris Jenner and Khloe were there, but someone tweeted space experts and experienced astronauts Kris Jenner and Khloe Kardashian speaking at Katy Perry's rocket launch. Like, oh my God. I need an interview / documentary on the sequence of events that went down for this, because it seems a little wild to me. And I know there's controversy. Some people are really mad about this. I'm just telling you how I reacted. All right, let's move on. We still have a lot to do. I see some people have joined us in the chat. What's up, N-Dub? And not paid by anyone. Woohoo! We're here. Woo! I can't wait to show you guys this video that I have lined up. Okay, let's go into Bravo news. First up, we have Vanderpump Villa Season 2. I don't know why I put this up here, actually, but Vanderpump Villa is on Hulu, starts April 24th, which is this coming week. And I didn't finish the first season, so I don't know if I want to watch this. The only thing that would bring me to watch this, I think, is that Stassi's on it. Are you guys going to be watching this? Let me know in the comments. Oh, End Up said I want to watch this. I'm shocked by that. Okay. I'll probably watch it, just like the first 2 episodes. Only for Stassi, said End Up. Yeah, same. We'll see how it goes. But speaking of Vanderpump, I saw this on the Talk of Shame first, our girl Kiki Monique, and apparently the LA Times and the Writers Guild Association the LA Times reported on this. The Writers Guild Association bans writers from joining Martin Scorsese and Randall Emmett film project. Apparently, because Randall is and they said this in the article, he's a low-budget film producer. He didn't pay like over $700,000 in like just fees that he owed people for working. And now the writers are banned from joining this project. But why is Martin Scorsese even doing anything with Randall Emmett? I'm embarrassed for Martin Scorsese. This is so embarrassing. If I was Martin Scorsese, I would cut ties. Oh my gosh. Okay. Any thoughts on Randall Emmett, the stand-up guy? Remember Lala was yelling at Sandoval, "Don't talk about my man. He is a stand-up guy." Okay. All right, next. I saw this on Reality Blurb. Joe Wenberg, Joe my gosh, talks lack of closure from Tom Schwartz being blocked by him and hints people were in his ear during their relationship. Girl, what are you doing? I think it's time to move on. I mean, I do love this for Schwartz. He deserves to have a baby reindeer Martha for the rest of his life because he's a wussy pussy. But if I was friends with Joe, I would say, Joe, please don't waste your time on this loser. Wussy pussy? That's who you're crying about? End Up said, Joe, go to bed. Max said, go away, Joe. Not paid by anyone said she upped her hair game. Joe is a hairstylist, and her hair does look good in this picture, but she was not displaying her craft very well. on the show when she was on it for hardly any time. And it's so weird that she said for so many years she purposely stayed away from being on Vanderpump Rules. But then when it came down to her being with Schwartz, she was very happy to join, but then acted like she didn't really want to. And I don't know, it's exhausting. We're already spending way too much time on her, but You're Nothing said, work on your career, Joe. It was a mess on TV, though, said not paid by anyone. Okay, let's move on. It's a Bravo World posted this article from TMZ, so I'm guessing Lisa Vanderpump signed off on this. Vanderpump Rules, new season, new cast, filming begins on reboot. I don't know why this is shocking to me. Why do I feel like Vanderpump Rules season 12 has been filming for like a year now? It's been so long. Why? How are they just starting? I don't get it. But whatever. I saw this picture of 3 of the new guys. The one in the back, in the middle, someone was like, he looks very familiar. And I said, he kind of looks like Joe Bradley to me from Southern Hospitality. And then this guy in front, he's giving me young James Kennedy vibes a little bit with the messy hair. We will see. Also, someone in the chat, I hear, going back to It's a Bravo World post, Peter Madrigal, our dear friend, is in this picture. So yeah, I don't know. Is Peter going to be on it? Should we interview Peter again and see if we can get any tea from Peter? Near Nothing said, is Peter going to be the highest paid cast member on here? He better, because don't forget, we did an interview with him during when season 11 first started airing. He was not on that season, and he said that Bravo didn't want to pay him. And Dub said, yes, interview him. I'll reach out to Mr. Peter Madrigal and see what they're up to. Before I move on to our next topic, I'm going to show a little video of the females of Vanderpump Rules season 12 getting ready. We have like, how many? Oh my God, that's a lot of girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people they're filming. That's a lot, isn't it? All right. Max said, yes, remember you made sure Peter still has a job. I didn't do anything. I just interviewed him. That was it. Okay, let's move on to some Southern Charm updates. First, I saw this on Bravo Love Baby _ on Instagram. Apparently, Craig is on vacation. He posted a picture of his laptop and I don't know what he's holding. But then also his new alleged girlfriend. I don't know if it's been confirmed, or if it's just, we just know now. But she also posted a picture that was very similar. And I'm pretty sure the internet detectives aligned the cloud shapes and made sure that they were in the same exact spot. I'm just kidding about that part of it, but we're assuming they're together. I don't know. I don't really care. Okay, I saw this on Queens of Bravo. Breaking. We're hearing Southern Charm and Southern Hospitality have been renewed for another season, with Charm picking up cameras for season 11 this month to capture Craig post-breakup. Okay, you mean with his new girlfriend? Okay, whatever. No tea on when Hospitality will resume production, but expect more than 10 episodes. Thank you. We deserve that. And give them a proper reunion this time. Also, since Southern Charm is allegedly filming or whatever, I saw this on Bravo by Gaze. Taylor Ann Green is no longer going to be on Southern Charm. She posted, "Hi, everyone. A bittersweet announcement, but after a lot of conversations and thought this past year, it is with a heavy but peaceful heart to announce that I will be stepping away from Southern Charm next year. These past 5 years with NBC and Bravo have been some of the most crazy but exciting times of my life. I will forever be thankful to the network, production teams, Bravo family, and all the fans for, I can't see, ultimately cheering me on to where I am today. A wild roller coaster, but an incredible one to say the least. I am so excited to use this time to focus on my new company, Reset Athletic, and all the exciting things that my business partner and I have been working on to continue to bring our dream into reality. Thank you again to everyone who has loved and supported me throughout this journey, and another grand cheers to the greatest ones out there, NBC, Bravo TV, Haymaker, East, and Bravo Andy for an exceptional reality TV ride. All my love. That was long. Also, the writing is so tiny I can barely see. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Max said Taylor got fired. I don't think she got fired. I think they probably were like, do you really want to be here? She's probably like, no. They're probably like, okay, then let's be done with this. Taylor was on 5 years. Jesus, I only remember the last 2. That's from End Up. Near Nothing said, wasn't Taylor a nurse before? Can't she go back to doing that? Get some insurance, Taylor. Jeez. And I thought she was like an assistant in some sort of occupational health capacity. Oh, Near Nothing says, I don't know, but I have seen her posting about Reset Athletic, and I am liking the pictures. I don't know much about it, but I'm willing to hear more. Should I ask Taylor if she wants to come on the podcast? Max said she can work at Republic. She's friends with a lot of them. Honestly, I'm here for that. I'm here for her going to Southern Hospitality. Not paid by anyone, said she worked in a dentist's office. Okay. Do we have anything else on Southern Charm? If not, I'm going to go to the next thing, which I saw on Bravo TV and Below Deck Bravo on Instagram. They posted a picture of Mary Cosby, Daisy, Captain Jason, Angie Katzenevas, and Chef Ben. And they announced that they're having the first ever Housewives franchise crossover with Below Deck. And we know, Below Deck Down Under announced that they just started filming. So this must be their first charter. But what's amazing is that we have Daisy as a chief stew and Chef Ben as our chefy. I am so excited for this. Also, I already said it today, but I've said this many times, Salt Lake City is my favorite franchise, and the Below Deck Down Under crossover is it's amazing. Their announcement said, all crew, little girl. Below Deck Down Under season 4 just started filming with a first ever Real Housewives crossover charter featuring the full cast of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Captain Jason has enlisted the help of some familiar faces for the upcoming season, Daisy as Chief Stew and Chef Ben. I love it. As this was happening, I wasn't really processing what was going down, but I'm like, oh my God, am I a witch? Because after episode 10, that was like the big blow up where Johnny punched the wall or cabinet or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, should I do a bonus episode? Which I did. But then I also got this luxurious PR package that had all these goodies. So while the ladies of Salt Lake City were filming with the Below Deck Down Under crew, I was eating my snacks, my luxurious snacks that they sent me while they're filming. I am a witch. I'm a witch, a good witch though. And unintentional. I don't mean to make these things happen. They just do. I can't help it. But one thing that was going around after this announcement was made was that Bronwyn apparently arrived late to the cast trip. And sorry, I'm going to show this picture real quick. I have this picture from Dumas was posted. It's Angie Meredith with her head to the side. Mary Cosby, and I can't see the other person, but they said just saw pretty much the entire cast of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in the airport in Barbados leaving. Exciting. Okay, so I got this post from Reality Blurb. It says, report, Bronwyn Newport arrived late to a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast trip after facing claims of alleged identity theft from her past. If you're not caught up to speed, I would like to give a reminder that the person who discovered Bronwyn's checkered past was interviewed on Bravo and Blaze. His Twitter handle is @thebravoderm, and we recorded an ad-free bonus episode with his findings. So go check out that episode. The link is in the show notes, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is all related to. Bravo Snark Side also posted it. OK Exclusive picked it up, and it said RHOSLC star Bronwyn Newport arrives late to cast trip amid identity fraud allegations. Bravo Block Party also posted, have you seen the rumors? Bronwyn shows up to the cast trip with Meredith and her bangs. I love that picture. And this is the interview that I was referencing. Are we being conned again? Go check that out. More rumors. Okay, so this is what I heard. And I don't want to keep up to speed on everything during filming. I like to watch it play out when they air it and then try to figure out what happened. But apparently after Barbados, the women in the airport from that picture on Dumas, they were in Barbados and they had to fly to New York City. On that flight, apparently there were some fights going on. I believe Lisa and Bronwyn were fighting. I don't know if it was on the flight or during the trip, but then also Meredith and Brittany got into it. And then all these rumors started circulating that Meredith was suspended. So this is from Reality Blurb. It says, was Meredith Marks suspended from filming? Rumors allege she slammed co-star as an anti-Semite amid a huge fight and feuded with others over mistress rumor. And then, so all this stuff is going on. If you want to know more details, I tried to collect and curate all of the tea that was coming out on Twitter, Instagram, social media, and I started updating a Patreon post. So you can go check that out at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Bryce Sander from Entertainment Tonight tweeted after I already started collecting everything on Patreon. Bryce Sander tweeted, I don't know where this got started, but I've been told Meredith Marks was not suspended from filming. So I don't know, but we definitely know they're filming. I wanted to point out this other picture that I got from Queens of Bravo. While out for a walk, one of our followers spotted the Salt Lake City partners filming: Justin Rose, John Barlow, Sean Trujillo, and Jared Osmond. Yeah, you heard that right. And before I saw this, it was confirmed to me that Jared was filming. So, I mean, here's the picture of it, but I did hear that as well. So a lot going on with Salt Lake City already, but the best part of it is coming up right now.
Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world.
I love Meredith going, woo! Okay, so this is another reason why I think I'm a witch. Behind me, my co-host, cardboard cutout of Luann de Lesseps, is currently wearing, you can't really see it in this picture because she's too close, but I put Meredith Marks fake bangs on Luann last week, I think. Was it last week or maybe 2 weeks ago? And now we have this? What? I scare myself. I am so witchy. So this video, I love this video because I'm pretty sure it happened in New York City, and that lines up, the whole timeline lines up with them being on the below deck down under charter boat in Barbados and then flying to New York. Because I guess they had to fly to New York before they could fly to Salt Lake City. And then I guess Meredith got off the plane. Meredith pulled an Onijah Robinson and got off the plane in Dubai, but she was in New York City and met up with Luann. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go back to this. I don't have a slide for this, but also the Real Housewives of Miami season 7 teaser came out. It's about 10 seconds long, but it's everything. The production quality on Real Housewives of Miami is just better. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it just is elevated from all the other franchises, and I love it. I love it so much. So basically this little trailer, they're just playing music and they have the women, their silhouettes with like this big red light behind them and they're just like dancing and it's good. I'm hyped. Okay. Let's get into the real stuff after I talk about our lighter giveaway. Okay. If you haven't heard yet, we're officially celebrating the launch of the Bravo and Blaze signature lighters with our first ever giveaway. Not only will the winner get one of our limited edition lighters, but there's also a secret bonus surprise tucked inside. I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say if you're a real Bravo and Blaze fan, you're going to love it. To enter this giveaway, just tap the link in the description or head to bravoandblaze.com. It's super easy. And make sure you tune into next week's live stream. That's when I'll be announcing the winner live. I'll also be emailing the winner directly. So keep an eye on your inbox and good luck. Can't wait to see who wins. Okay, let's find out. Oh my God, I keep hitting this mic. Let's finally get into our Bravo TV lineup. Okay, our shows are kind of light, but I'm liking it because it gives me time to digest everything because there's a lot going on. And just with Real Housewives of Atlanta alone, we have a lot. So this week we had season 16, episode 6, Peace Interrupted. The episode description is, after Kenya's event, the group begins picking up the pieces. Kelly's peace brunch erupts into chaos when Angela questions Britt about fraud accusations. Meanwhile, divorces take center stage as Kelly, Portia, and Drew navigate the messy reality of their marriages. Okay, let's see. This episode was interesting. I don't think I tweeted much, but I have collected a lot from social media. So I want to give a shout out to the We Go podcast, What Else Is Going On podcast. And they posted on Instagram this video of Britt Edie being interviewed. This is before Real Housewives of Atlanta, I believe.
And I keep my pistol with me always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
Okay, what? She always has her pistols on her? That is concerning. Also, let's see, from the We Go podcast, she showed what Britt Edie had posted. Oh my God, I cannot see this. This is way too small. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm making it bigger on a different screen. It says, it's never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I thought would embrace me into a new circle that I never met. For the record, I've never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I've never even been to jail in fight or even had as much as a speeding ticket. That's not in my character. I'm hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong. Girl. This is not good. This is not good. Like, I understand Britt is apologizing and saying, like, she's like, I took it too far. I shouldn't have said what I said. And, you know, she's like trying to act like what Kenya did wasn't provoked. And she's really leaning hard into this victim mode, which I do feel bad for her. Like, I don't know. I was talking to someone last night and I was like, honestly, if someone showed a picture of me like that, I probably would start laughing. But there might be something wrong with me. So that's what I learned from that conversation. But I was like, the reason why I was just thinking, I'm like, who cares? For me, I'm like, what? She is sucking a D? Like, who doesn't? I mean, why? I get it. Like, it's not a great thing to have your intimate moments share, but like, also, I think she was a cam girl. So I don't know. The thing that they're trying to spin behind the scenes, I think, and if this is true, this is really messed up, but they're trying to find out where Kenya got these pictures from. Was it that she like found it off of Britt's like subscription content and she is infringing on copyright? Or what people were trying to say is that Britt was underage and this is like a crime at this point. So I don't know all those details, but I kind of want to know. And also, at the end of the day, I think both parties are wrong in different ways, but I ultimately put responsibility and accountability on production. Because if we see it, that means production saw it. And we saw Britt threaten with a pistol, and clearly someone had to have seen Kenya bring in these posters. I don't believe for a second that production had no clue that Kenya had these posters and was going to show it. What's going on? A lot going on in the comments. Oh, good. Nat S said, not at all wrong with you. Thank God. Let's see. Oh, this is blown up. Near Nothing said, Britt's voice makes it hard to watch sometimes. Everyone's plugging their nose when they make an impression of her, and it's too accurate. I know. So Nat S thinks production knew. Not paid by anyone said production was in for sure. Nat S said production is to blame. Max said, I still can't believe Kenya did that during her grand opening. I know. I don't know. I think I don't want to like judge her Britt's reaction to this, because everyone is going to have a different type of reaction. Like I said, I probably will laugh. But that's me. Like, wow, you really went to extreme lengths, Kenya. I feel flattered almost. But yeah, the way Britt is handling it, I feel more embarrassed for Britt in the way that she's handling this more than what actually happened. And granted, we didn't see the actual pictures, so we don't know. But also, like I said, I feel like, wow, this is wild. But whatever. Okay, let me move on. There's some anonymous tips, I guess. I saw this on reality T_recap on Instagram. It says, hey, okay, so you can know the truth. Charles Jr., aka Charlie, is an adult. He's like 27 or 30 years old, and he lives in Atlanta. Angela's daughter, who is married to a female. What? Her dad is deceased. This is written weird. The little boy on the show, who is only Angela's son, he's like 12. We don't know who the father is. Can you find out? But he called Charles dad on the show, and Charles is not the papa. They did a laughing emoji. Now, it has been said that Charles married her while she was pregnant with their daughter in July, and the daughter was born November 2016. So maybe, just maybe, whoever he had a baby with while he was with Angela is what made him feel like he had to marry her, because the two ladies may have been pregnant at the same time. Charles still calls Sheree often, and I know because, well, let's just say, trust me, I know who wrote this. Can't wait to see if they're going to renew their vows, and half the time he's living in his condo and she's staying in the house. Girl, where did this come from? This is wild. Please, everyone, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know anything about this. I'm reading it full out for the first time right now. Okay, this is also wild. This is from, I saw this on the Vault podcast page on Instagram, and it's cutouts from the Bravo Shade Room. I am Ming Lee wrote, I wasn't drunk. And what I said verbatim was, if I had given those pictures or videos to Kenya, oh, we're going back to the Kenya Britt thing. Sorry, I should have put this one first. It would have been the ones I have in my phone of you at that party. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those are not on the internet, nor have I ever shared or showed them to anyone. And I've had every phone since 2011. Britt, you're 1 year younger than me, so you were well over age. And this narrative that I'm mad because we dated the same person is complete BS. One of my best friends used to be his fiance, which you were cool with before you even dated him. So stop it. I don't have a problem with you, like I said to your face, and I would never leak or share any pictures or videos of you, period. You had a past. So what? Just tell everybody your hoe got deleted and you're married now. FYI, and that image from that video is still on the internet as we speak. Like I said, the internet told your business, not me. Now leave me alone. Okay, when I saw this, I was like, hold up. Ming Lee, like Kimora Lee Simmons, Russell Simmons' daughter? I'm like, isn't she like 5 years old? What is going on here? I mean, I know she's not a kid anymore, but like, when I think of Kimora Lee Simmons' daughters, I think of when they had their reality show, and I just can't believe, what? A Real Housewife is younger than Ming Lee? What the hell is going on here? Britt Edie also posted and said, I don't know if this was like in response to Ming Lee, but she said, internet didn't tell Kenya anything because where is it all over the internet? Ming told me herself in a drunken night at an event in Miami for a whole hour. She has saved explicit images of me in her phone, save for a rainy day. Very weird to admit to. She ain't innocent either. Can't help we dated the same people. Holy jeez. This is a lot. Like, what is going on here? I am not deep into this. I'm like just sitting here observing. I'm shocked that Ming Lee is so grown. Near Nothing said, that's not a sip of tea. That's a whole pitcher. Seriously, what is going on? So everyone is threatening everyone. What the hell? I know, this is wild. Okay, let's move on. Anything else on Atlanta before we move on? Okay. I'm not like into Atlanta the way other people are, so I don't want to like say the wrong thing. Just Kelly said, Atlanta is too much. My heart can't take it. Seriously, it is a lot, right? Okay. Below Deck Down Under. This week, we're on season 3, episode 11, The Shots You Don't Take. The aftermath of an intense evening results in a drastic crew dynamic shift. Zarina and Laura disagree over plating, causing them to clash. Okay. First of all, the last episode, episode 10, which I mentioned before, was intense. Johnny walked in on his girl in bed with Wihan by accident, but Wihan, he heard her saying Johnny and he still like accepted her into the bed, but whatever. It was weird and scary, especially the way that Johnny, he like took clothing and like covered up the camera. And I was like, oh my God, is he going to do something to Wihan? Like, he doesn't want proof of what he's about to do. This is scary. I felt like it was very Dateline-ish. So after Captain Jason gets Johnny off the boat, he has to go and check everyone's cabins as if they're like children. This is like, it's really pathetic. But whatever. I'm like livid at Wihan because he has no idea what he's done. Actually, I do think he knows. He's part delusional and part asshole. Like, I just cannot stand him. So if you don't want spoilers, don't listen because I'm gonna give one. But the spoiler is Johnny gets fired, and I feel like Johnny handled getting fired with such grace. I still feel like he's a stand-up guy. Yes, he shouldn't have punched the cabinet, but he owned it. He reflected on it. He actually started the conversation with saying like, I am so sorry. I thought about last night, and that was a part of me that I thought had gone and is gone. And I don't, I lost control and what I did was totally wrong and blah, blah, blah. And Captain Jason handled it pretty well too and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to fire you. And he's like, I don't blame you. So I thought that went well, but I'm like fuming still. I'm like, oh, I can't stand Wihan. Wihan needs to go. He needs to get out of here. I can't stand him. So thank God, Captain Jason, he pulls through. He winds up talking to everyone on the crew and decides to get rid of Wihan. I was cheering like, ding dong, the witch is dead. Captain Jason just got some points with me, even though I think he has an Asian fetish. I don't know if that's confirmed. I just have a witchy feeling, okay? And that creeps me out. Anyway, so they need to get a new bosun, obviously, and they need to replace Johnny. So they're super lucky. They have two people right away. We got Nate, a new bosun from Sydney, Australia, 29 years old. He has 4 years experience as bosun, worked 2 years as a kids party entertainer. That sounds horrific. Like my nightmare. Nate is pretty cute. And I thought Zarina was going to be on him immediately. And she may still, but we'll see how that goes. Zarina will sink her teeth into anyone, I feel like. She's so inappropriate. But our other newbie is Nicholas the deckhand. He's a mixed Asian like me. I love that for us. He's the deckhand. He is from France. He's 24 years old. He has 6 months experience. He cried watching Indiana Jones live. Okay. I'm loving Nicholas. He's narrating out loud when he's by himself, which is just, I love it. I love it. But we ran into a problem. Poor Nicholas. He is green. He's a newbie. He only has 6 months experience. He just got on this boat. They got a new charter starting, and the first night he's like helping with the desk. They're playing like beer pong, and the guests want him to take a shot. He's like, oh, okay. And he winds up taking a shot, not knowing that Captain Jason has a 0 tolerance policy. So that part, I hope he doesn't get fired for that. I feel like it was an honest mistake. It didn't seem like he's like, oh yeah, I want a shot. It was more like, it seemed like it wasn't a big deal. He was just trying to like please the guests, not making excuses for him. But I really hope he doesn't leave because he's really good eye candy and he's funny, and I feel like we need him. Okay, let's see what else we got. I already said this. I feel like Serena could easily sink her teeth into the new bosun. She's like Sheena, very boy crazy. Okay, anything else on Below Deck Down Under? All right, I'm going to move on to Beverly Hills. Ugh, I'm so glad this show is over. Okay, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 20. Oh, I guess it wasn't 15 years ago when they started, but whatever. Episode 20, reunion part 3. As the reunion concludes, Sutton and Dorit continue to go head to head. Erica is forced to confront Tom's damning conviction and also reveals how this saga has impacted her relationship with her son. Kyle tearfully explores the end of her marriage while big sister Kathy struggles to wrap her head around it. Just as the night is drawing to a close, one housewife storms off, leaving the rest of the women stunned and confused. Does anyone in the comments have anything to say about this? Because I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention for the first half of it, and then I just stopped watching because I skipped to the Valley. Anyone? Nothing. I don't care about this show. I hate Beverly Hills. It's awful. Ugh. All right. Let's move on to the Valley because I have a lot to say about the Valley. Okay, we had our season 2, episode 1, season premiere, separation anxiety. As summer approaches, tensions are on the rise in the Valley. Jax and Brittany continue picking up the pieces from their separation. Jesse and Michelle juggle co-parenting their daughter Isabella while starting new relationships. Janet and Jason are adjusting to life with newborn son Cameron, and Danny and Nia are overwhelmed with 3 under 3. Kristen and Luke are ready to keep trying to conceive their first child, and Jasmine's girlfriend Melissa has moved to LA. The group kicks off the season at Brittany's white party, but unresolved drama lingers between Kristen, Janet, and Zach. Okay, I heard a lot going on outside of social media. Well, on social media, but like not on post. Let me go through what I saw on social media first. So oh wait, here's my tweets. Well, for one, Danny and Nia, they have no daycare. That is my nightmare. Why are they doing this? Zach thinks Janet planted a tracker on him. He's like, how does she always know where I am? Like, even when there's not pictures. Brittany shows up to her white party with lube in her hair, and I could not stop laughing because she's like, it's lube, with her little Kentucky accent. I didn't do it that great, but Jesse and Michelle get into it at this party, and I just hate Jesse. I hate so much about him. And if people are like, well, Michelle cheated, cheating is not the way. Like, I do not condone cheating on your spouse or whoever you're in a relationship with. But because Jesse is such a piece of crap, like, I'm not even mad at Michelle for this. And I know that's not great to say, but like, I really think that Jesse is, like, from season 1, I kept saying, I feel like he is mentally and emotionally abusive, and I just don't like him. He says the most vindictive things, and he admits to it. He's like he didn't call Michelle a hooker yet in the show, but he calls her a hooker later on. Also, we got a cameo from Schwartz, Wussy Pussy, and there's a clip I posted on social media where Jax is like, oh, I don't know what to do. And Schwartz has like a strong hand moment where he's like, he doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, what is this Wussy Pussy doing? It just reminded me of grab my strong arm. But let's go to social media. Okay, I saw this on Bravo. OMG. Jesse and Michelle's BF, Aaron Nosler, were having a conversation during the Valley season 2 premiere party when Michelle stormed over and started yelling at Jesse for calling her a hooker, which was seen in the trailer. Things escalated when, according to Us Weekly, Aaron was heard jokingly saying, well, just so you know, I only date hookers. That's pretty funny. Jessie pointed out that her own boyfriend just called her a hooker, but Michelle did care and kept yelling at him about how one day he will need to explain this to their daughter, Isabella. Jessie ended the conversation by saying, I will explain it to her and I will explain that I did it because I was hurt, but that it's not okay and that I am sorry. Yikes. I also heard from someone who was actually at the white party that the party was supposed to be Jax's party, but like wound up being Brittany's party. And then Jax tried to hijack the party and get everyone to go to his bar, Jax's Studio City, instead. And I think that's when you see Jax with Schwartz by themselves, because everyone was at Brittany's white party. But apparently Jax sent flowers to Brittany at the white party, and Zach tried to throw them into the pool, but production wouldn't let him. So after the party was over, and it's a little fuzzy, but I think either he tried to throw, I think he did throw out the flowers in the dumpster after the party was over. This is what I'm hearing from somebody who was actually at that party, which I thought was pretty funny. Us Weekly reported Jax Taylor's relationship status revealed after being spotted with esthetician Jessica Pexon. Does anyone care about that? I don't. Okay. She'll be gone in a week, I'm sure. Or maybe she'll be the next Brittany. Oh, God. Poor girl. People Magazine posted some photos. I guess Cruise turned 4 and Jax and Brittany threw this like astronaut outer space theme party and everyone was there. So I guess it went okay. Also after the premiere, I guess people were at Jax's for the premiere. I saw this on Vanderpump recaps on Instagram. Don't forget Mama's beer cheese used to be on there. And apparently Jax crossed it out with a Sharpie on the menu. So we have a picture of that here on YouTube if you want to see. What else? I wanted to show, I also have a video of Jax from that night.
Tuesday, followed by karaoke, which is about to happen right now. I will try to get as many people, like I said, with the cast and friends who likes me that week. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Jax was still chewing some food while he was talking. Okay. So Jax is still living it up. Okay, I saw this on the Bravo Investigator. Apparently, last year when Janet was, or after this season 1 ended, there was still a lot of drama going on between Janet, Kristen, and Zach. Janet went on gabbing with Gibson, and that's where she was telling like what Zach said about her miscarrying or whatever. So Janet, or the Bravo Investigator, found or posted this comment that Janet wrote to Kristen Doty on Instagram, and it said, "It absolutely is revolting that your BFF Zach said out loud that he was hoping I would miscarry and commit suicide this summer. All of our friends and castmates were aware of what he said and reached out expressing how disgusted they were by oh my gosh, this is so little. I can't say. All of our friends and castmates were aware of what he said and reached out expressing how disgusted they were by Zach's death wish upon my unborn child, except for you. Glad to hear now that you find his comments as revolting as everyone else does." And the Bravo Investigator wrote, "This is what Janet posted last year during her fight with Kristen and Zach about what was said. Who do you believe?" I did see Sheena posted a new podcast episode where I think she doubled down and said that it was true that Zach did say something like she should have unalived herself before or something like that, which obviously is awful. Like that's horrible to say. I really hope he didn't say that. But what do you guys think? Did he say this? I really hope not. What else do we have for Vanderpump Rule or the Valley? The Valley is like Vanderpump Rules, the college years. Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell, the college years. Why can't I talk? Okay, let's move on. So up next is Summer House, Season 9, Episode 10, Flirting with Disaster. Lindsay celebrates her last birthday before motherhood. Jesse and Lexi's relationship starts to cause issues with others in the house. A late night for Kyle threatens to destroy his summer of peace. Does it? Really? I don't think so. Kyle does whatever the hell he wants. Okay, let's see. This episode scared me a little bit with Jesse and Lexi. The music that was playing when Jesse and Lexi's car pulled up after the club was very like horror film style or like very true crime feeling. And I don't know what they were even saying. Like it was kind of nonsense because Jesse seemed drunk. But when they walked in, she was trying to open the door. As we know, that door is always a problem to open, I guess. But Jesse like punched it open, and Lexi actually like fell in because she was holding the doorknob. And I just don't like Jesse. I haven't liked him since his first season, and this is even more reason not to like him. I think that he is extremely toxic. What do you guys think? Oh, and then was it that same night or the next morning? Jesse said he loves Lexi. Oh, please. Yes. And what's his name? Kyle. You have your wife texting you at 4 a.m. asking where you are. Amanda, at this point, you're the problem because he's not going to change. This is how he is. I said this last week. What is his end goal in life? Is this it? He's doing everything he wants. I think Amanda is not fazed by it anymore because she's medicated. And that makes me really sad for Amanda. Like, she's not getting it. And by now, I'm just over it. I'm over Kyle. I'm over Amanda enabling him. And I just would like her to file for divorce. She needs somebody to steal her identity and file for divorce for her. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Okay. Also, Sierra. What is with this? She's like laid out, like spread eagle with her tits out, which she looks fucking hot. But why are you sitting like that around a group of guys? Like, I'm not saying she shouldn't. Like, she should be able to do whatever she wants. But I would, if I had a bunch of dudes sitting around me like that, and I had my boobs out and I was spread eagle, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to leave. Which she eventually did, but before she did, she gave a piece of her mind to Emerald and how she felt about him bringing home girls all the time. And my biggest takeaway from this was Sierra has changed since the Traitors. When it comes to confrontation style, it's in a good way, but overall, I'm not sure if it's good because we see her hanging out with Jesse, and I'm not liking that. He's gross. Why are you doing this, Sierra? She's constantly going for mid and below dudes. Nothing, like, why? I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. Sierra, this is embarrassing. Please, let's not do this. But I do think the Traitors changed Sierra and her confrontation style. Lindsay Hubbard, my fave in true Lindsay Hubbard form on her birthday. She says, I'm not saying I judge a guy based off how they treat my birthday, but I judge a guy based off how they treat my birthday. And I'm with you, girl. I am a loud and not proud birthday monster, but that's who I am. And in true Stassi Schroeder birthday monster form, we're going to cry if we want to. I'm just kidding. Let's not be brats about it, but it's one thing we have a year is our birthday. We should all be birthday monsters. Okay, and then we also see another round of visits from a wussy pussy, Tom Schwartz, next week. I don't know what he's going to be doing there, but I'll be watching, obviously. I did want to show, okay, let's move on to social media. So on social media last week, Imral posted this reel.
Hey guys, it's Imral. I want to take a second and talk to you guys about something that I am super passionate about, and it's education. It's helping people that need our help. I'm from an island called Shundi. It's in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Most people will make $200 a month if they're lucky, survive off that, but barely. The kids growing up there, they're probably going to be a farmer, work at a store. Very little room for upward mobility. I've been going back for the last 10 years and I've been seeing this, and super humbling. And every time I go back, I think, well, what can I do to help people out? First, I thought build houses, but it doesn't really get them out of generational poverty. It's also very difficult to do logistically. So I scrapped that. 5 years ago, I started seeing people with cell phones. 2 years ago, I started seeing that internet was being routed to the house. There's Wi-Fi there. So now they're connected, but they don't really know how to communicate with people outside of their bubble. They watch Facebook, they'll see some videos. That's pretty much it. That's when I got this idea to teach them English. I want to teach these kids English from a very young age. So now that they're connected, they can do something with it. Whatever it may mean. Not exactly sure, but I know if we teach them English, it'll give them options.
Okay, I'm going to stop now because you get the point, right? This is what I want to see from Imral on the show. Not like 100% of the time when he's on screen, but I would like these new guys, especially, I need them to come in and lead with this kind of message because I'm here for this. But the way it's coming off, Imral's just looking like he's a sex addict and probably has STDs. So it's like drowning the main message and cause that we want to help support. And as I'm like talking to someone in DMs about this, she goes, I'm so sorry, I don't have your handle in front of me, but I want to give her credit because she said the funniest thing. She was like, what? Like, how is he using his platform for this cause? What is this, like orgies for English? And then I start spinning. I'm like, yeah, or like dicks for dialects or fucking for fluency. What is this, Imral? What is your game plan and strategy? Because I'm glad you're posting a reel, but we need a little bit more on the actual show. So I thought this was a little bit amusing. Also, let's see. Let's move on from Imral. We have Paige. Okay, Paige is on fire. And I'm not a giggler. I'm not like intentionally not a giggler, but I actually don't listen to podcasts, even though this is a podcast right now. I don't have time to listen to other people's podcasts. So I don't even know if it's good or if I like it, but whatever. There's hardcore gigglers that are cult-like, and then there's other people who are like, anti. I'm neither. I'm just like neutral. But I do think Paige's glow up is something to be studied because after the breakup, she has done red carpets. She has a book now. She's touring for her book. She's been on Jimmy Fallon, Good Morning America. She just had a spread in Glamour magazine. The New York Times and Vulture magazine did an article on all the girls. And I saw this on Bravo by Gays on Instagram. The title for this is for New York magazine. It says, is it? It says, by Rebecca Jennings, a feature writer at New York Magazine, but I thought this was from Vulture. Anyways, the title is Summer Houses for the Girls. 9 years in, the Hamptons reality stars have unlocked the secret to success, and it doesn't involve fighting over men. In this article, which we see Us Weekly took a clip of this. Paige said, should I have broken up with him a year and a half ago when I saw him texting hearts to a girl? Probably. Talking about Craig. Ooh, she doubled down on that. What are you all thinking about Paige? Was this planned? Some people, like some antis, have been saying Paige intentionally did this for her career, and like clearly she's getting all these deals and doing all this stuff, and she used Craig. Like, is that the case, or does she really just outgrow him? Because I don't know. I could see both sides of the argument, so I'm not sure. And I'm really enjoying watching this play out on both shows. And regardless of whether Paige is at fault or not, her success is great. It's good to see, and I'm always here for rooting people on. So I'm loving it for her. Let's move on to this clip. Let's talk about Jesse and Lexi for a second.
I think I am not necessarily surprised because I had a birthday party and I invited everyone, and so certain 2 people didn't answer, and then a certain 2 people hung out that day instead.
Those two?
Oh my
Stop!
God.
So yeah, I think at this point it's been a while, and I'm not surprised.
Wow, they better be prepared for you at the reunion, I hope. How do you expect the
Wow. Okay, so I saw this on the Bravo Investigator on Instagram. She got it from Page 6 Virtual Reality, their podcast with Lexi. This picture of Sierra and Jesse from Coachella is sickening. He's like kissing her on the cheek and hugging her. I don't know if Sierra is doing this on purpose as like a joke, or if they actually are becoming a thing. But either way, if it's a joke or if it's real, I'm disappointed in Sierra, because let's not forget how pissed she was at Lindsay over like making out with Austin or whatever, when Sierra and Austin weren't even like dating anymore. Like, were they even dating? I don't know. But this is not girl behavior, and I put girls above non-girls. So if I had to pick between Lexi and Sierra here, I would pick Lexi, which makes me sad. I don't want it to be like that. What is everyone thinking? There's a lot of talking going on. I don't know if I can read all of this fast enough. Okay. Next, I wanted to mention this watch party that Summer House is having in New York City. There were tickets on sale, but apparently they sold out immediately. I didn't even get a notification for when they went on sale. I just got a notification for when they were sold out. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. They're going to do an advanced screening of the Summer House finale, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I thought I saw them say that they were maybe screening Next Gen NYC as well. And that got me talking to some people where I was like, oh my God, what if they combine Summer House and Next Gen NYC? Like the way that they had, it would be like, in my mind, maybe they're doing this behind the scenes and I'm just like catching on because I'm a witch. But I feel like they could turn Next Gen NYC and Summer House into a similar situation with how Summer House and Southern Charm kind of were in parallel, and they combined to do Winter House. I don't know if they're going to combine and do a separate show, but I feel like there should be overlap. I really love this crossover thing going on. The Next Gen NYC trailer had Meredith in it. It had Teresa in it. I want that. And I was thinking, if Meredith really did get suspended or left Salt Lake City, I'm so here for her to be popping in and out of Next Gen NYC with Brooks. I'm here for it. I hope she's at this watch party. And if you're going, let me know, because I may be going too. So excited. Reach out to me if you are going, so we can maybe meet up and spark up with our Bravo and Blaze lighters. Okay, I think that's all we have for today. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see. Should I go in? There's a lot being talked about in the comments, in the live chat. Wait, Kenya got brought up. Oh, did anyone watch her YouTube confessional? Because that would be good to hear. I was talking about it last week, but I didn't actually watch it. Oh my God, not paid by anyone, said maybe Fraudwin can steal Amanda's identity and file for divorce. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Near Nothing said, I don't trust Sierra's picker and she shouldn't either. Seriously, it's so bad. It's so bad. Let's see. Not paid by anyone said Paige is a minute too late. That was not her narrative when she announced their breakup. Now with all the backlash, she's changing my opinion. Ooh. Also, I don't see her as someone who would accept a boyfriend sending hearts, but then again, she group cuddles in bed with all the guys at Summer House. Really? Hearts she draw. Hearts. Oh, I see. Okay. Really? Hearts she draws the line in the hearts? I get what you're saying. Not paid by anyone said if they mash up Next Gen and Summer House, then yes, you are a witch for real. Okay, can you guys see this for my YouTubers? I have Meredith Marks bangs on Luann. Hold on, does this stretch out? Look, Meredith Spangs on Luann, and then they're hanging out. By the way, I get more people watching my live streams when I wear bangs. Isn't that weird? Okay, I think I'll close out the show like this. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Bravo and Blaze. If today's chaos brought you life, made you laugh, or made you hate us, be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and help spread the word. It really does mean more than you know. If you want the full experience, head over to YouTube at Jenny Blaze, hit the like button, drop a comment, and let's keep the Bravo conversation going. Before we wrap, if you're looking for even more Bravo and Blaze, I want to invite you to join us on Patreon for bonus episodes and extra tea. Snag your Bravo and Blaze signature lighter while they're still available. And yes, don't forget to enter the lighter giveaway. One lucky winner will get the full launch edition package plus a secret bonus surprise. I'll be announcing the winner on next week's live stream and emailing them directly. So make sure you are entered at bravoandblaze.com or go to the page directly with the link in the show notes. And of course, follow at Bravo and Blaze across Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and Facebook for your daily pop culture fix. Thank you all so much for being here. Love you. Until next time, stay lit.